And hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Thankful Thursday. Yay! I'm so happy about Thursdays. And with me today is my co host, Karen Palmer, Miss Kindness. Hi, Karen.
I'm so happy to be back with you again. It's been a long time since we've been together. So it's really happy, thankful Thursday. I'm so grateful to be here with you also.
Yes, it feels good, doesn't it? It feels
Yeah.
like, oh, I just came home this week. I've been away for a couple of months from my cave. And so I'm getting reacclimated with all my familiar surroundings and my routines. And now to have you on with me today is like, oh, this is yummy. This is like icing on my cake this week. Karen, I'm so grateful for you. I just love having you in my life on this journey, on this experience. And oh, we've done so much together. And when I stop and think about it, it's like amazing all the things we've done already and the times we've been together physically together
Yeah.
instead of just virtually. So I love this journey with you. It's amazing.
I love this journey with you too. And it's been incredible. Um, all the years that we've been friends, have been magical. But this past year has been miraculous.
Hmm.
I mean, what you went through and what I went through. And
Yeah.
we were both there for each other in a way that I think I'd never experienced in a friendship. And I just want to acknowledge that in you because I'm stronger. I am more joyful. I am more connected to my true self. And I am feeling more courageous and confident than I've ever felt in my human form, in this human experience. And that has a lot to do with your friendship and the gifts that you share with us all the ways that you share. Because I feel you, I feel your energy. I feel the time heals energy being directed at me. I know that you know all the things that I'm challenged with right now. And so I feel the upliftment, I feel the rise. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you. Thank you. That means so much. And there is such a connection. And I know we have done this so many times
So
that
many
it
other
just,
life experiences. Yeah.
yeah, this lifetime, it just came so easy. And
Yeah.
it's like as soon as we made that first connection. And I
Yeah.
just want to really explain that to people because, sometimes we meet somebody and, you don't even have to know anything about them. You just know that that person is part of your soul family.
Yeah.
And we met, oh my gosh, was it 4 years ago? Five? I don't even know now how long ago it was that we met. It seems like, we've just been together our whole life. So it's like, what's time?
Yeah.
But as soon as we met virtually, we knew, didn't we? That we were
Yeah.
to be together.
Absolutely. And we met in person in 2016, but
Right.
we met online, I believe, in 2015. And I believe that it was with the first Global Peace United summit that I was organizing. And I believe that it was um, that I had been witnessing the work that you were doing in the Acts of Kindness group.
Right.
And I had to find out who this person was who was doing the Acts of Kindness. And when I met you virtually, when I met you first, I knew that was a divine assignment. I knew the angels had brought us to each other. And I started talking to you almost instantly about how can we collaborate and how can we start to really amplify our angelic work so that we could, and you instantly invited me to be on Angel Speaker's website. You put a page up for me right away. And we both knew like that there was something that was being birthed through us. We knew that there was something that was being birthed through us. And we always knew that we both had this incredible, incredible connection with animals and with kindness. And that we understood that the animals were unconditional kindness. They were unconditional forgiveness. They were unconditional presence, and they were unconditional joy. And when we started talking about that and being together in each other's presence in person, when we went and we were both speakers at the International World Parliament on Spirituality in 2016, which is coming up for their next one, is going to be here this year. And from what I understand, there is going to be many of them all over the world, and there will be a couple of them in the United States. And so it's like, we don't even know what's going to happen in this year because of the COVID-19. We don't know if we'll be able to travel. We don't know. I was going to be coming to see you. We were going to be doing our workshop, and I was so excited about that, but that has to be, postponed, which is, I think, I'm grateful. I said to my mom, because I was going to visit my mom, I said, you know what? I'm so grateful that I'm healthy and you're healthy and we're all healthy, and that next year I'll be able to come and visit. And time is just an illusion anyway. We have this human experience that makes us believe that there's only a little bit of time and we've got to, we've got to have a baby, or we've got to get married, or we've got to do this, or we've got to do that. And it's all really so ridiculous, because we're timeless beings having this temporary human experience. And what if we just taught that to our children? What if I do teach that to my daughter. I tell her all the time, you're timeless, because she'll say, well, I think I should probably start dating more, because I really think I should find somebody that, I'm getting older. I said, that's ridiculous.
What is she, 21?
She's 24. but in her mind. But what's great is that it has shifted a lot for kids. Like, most people are realizing, a lot of her age, they don't get married till they're like late 30s now. Yeah. And so I feel that's really smart, because my mom got married when she was 19 to my dad. And that was the norm. That was like, you just wanted to get out of your house and you wanted to get married, and
that was me.
Yeah. So we've really evolved as a society. Like Marissa is, to me, she's like the most beautiful example of my blessing in the world, because she would never let any man treat her disrespectfully. Right. She would never let anybody treat her disrespectfully. She has too much confidence and too much self-esteem for that. And she wrote me in her card for Mother's Day, thank you for teaching me that self-esteem is a choice.
Yeah, and Karen, I was just going to say, there's a lot of that's you. You did that. You mm-hmm. raised her that way, to have that confidence, to know that she was worthy.
Absolutely.
She deserved the best.
Yeah.
And to not settle. So I am very proud of you as a mom. So give yourself that pat on the back.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much, because that was one of my biggest fears, was that, because my mom wasn't really able to be there physically for me. Right. And I just recently had a beautiful, beautiful experience with my mom on the phone. Yeah. I was able to really, really acknowledge and see her and witness her and honor her and forgive her for not being what I thought a mom should be. Right. And for letting her off the hook, and letting myself off the hook at the same time.
Right.
But I really wanted to acknowledge her because, first of all, my mom and dad never loved each other. They never, never loved each other. First she got pregnant. My mom got pregnant, you know, and with my sister, and she felt like they needed to get married. And then they decided to have me so that my sister would have a playmate. And by the time I came along, they had realized that they really didn't like each other.
Right.
They had realized that they really didn't like each other, and that, you know, this was a big situation that they were in. So, you know, being an NLP practitioner, which I am, I learned a lot about my 0 to 7 years. From 0 to 7 years old, we create these neurons in our brain that are just basically, you know, repetitive programs that are just being played, and there is no filter for a 0 to a 7-year-old. So a 0 to 7-year-old decides why these situations are happening. And I made it in my mind that I just wasn't good enough, that I didn't clean my room enough, I didn't do well enough in school, I just wasn't enough. And that became the program that played in my head, to the point that I ended up in an abusive relationship in my teens. And so it's interesting. I was able to sit with my mom, and I highly recommend this to anybody who still has their mom alive, or even if you don't, even if your mom is passed on, even if your mom has left, you can still talk to her in spirit, and you can really, really come to a place of complete grace and ease. But I'm very blessed that my mom has been there for me in a situation where I thought my mom would completely just kind of disown me in what I'm going through. I thought she would be like, oh, I knew this was going to happen to you. You know, I knew this kind of thing would happen to you. But she didn't. She stepped up, and we became more than mother and daughter, but friends. And we could actually see each other and really witness, you know, with compassion. I could say to her, you know, I know that that was hard for you to have to divorce my dad. And I know that it was hard for you to be a single mom, and that you had to work all those hours, and that you put yourself through school when we were just little kids. And I couldn't understand why you weren't at all of my recitals and all of the things that I thought you would be at. And I couldn't, you know, I didn't see how difficult it was for you. And I know that I added to the problem. And, you know, it's funny how when you have a conversation with somebody like that, you get to see a new perspective. You can hear what their perspective was of the same situation.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm so glad you had that experience, Karen. And I call those memory imprints that are in there. And that's when we talk about getting triggered, that's where that comes from. It comes from all of those things that we developed from 0 to 7. And then it's in there until we bring those emotions up to help heal that. And it sounds like
Absolutely.
you've done a lot of work on healing all of that stuff and working with that inner child, because that's what it takes, doesn't it? That inner
Yeah.
child work.
And you know what I've found is that I have eternal freedom now, because by forgiving others and forgiving myself and accepting that everyone was doing the best that they knew how with the knowledge and the awareness that they had, it is complete freedom. And my dad and I have gotten closer because of it. And my mom and I have gotten closer because of it. My sister and I have gotten closer because of it. My daughter and I have an incredible friendship that has emerged from all of this. And, you know, it's really about it's all about that perspective. We have an opportunity to be satisfied and grateful, or we can criticize and be bitter. And, when we are criticizing and being bitter, we are cutting ourselves off from our true self. And we are, even if we have, one of my big things, and I have to be honest about it, one of my big things, and people laugh when I tell them this, I am a very righteous and entitled woman.
Okay. Make yourself, woman.
when my ego lets go,
Yeah.
and when I step away from my true self and I step into the illusion of my little local self, in which there's many of them. I have very many local selves that I've really started to learn and love and embrace. My number one little self that really needed attention, that I had completely suffocated, was an addiction to pleasing people.
Mm-hmm.
To the point that I made other people's feelings more important than my own.
Yeah. And that's
Have
big.
you ever done that?
That's big. Oh yes, I used to be such a people pleaser, and would not use my authentic voice. I would be that yes person. Yes, yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'm okay with that, and not really speak up and say no. That's not okay for me. So we do that so much until we find our authentic voice, until we open up that throat chakra and we're able to say, you know, this really isn't okay.
No.
And we're hurting ourselves. We're not hurting anybody but ourselves when we do people pleasing, when we stuff things down inside. It's going to come out somehow. If we're having that conflict inside, it usually comes out as a physical problem, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And another piece of that puzzle is a need to have approval, and a need for love, and a need for recognition. When I let go of those attachments and those needs and those expectations on myself and on others, that to me is absolute happiness. That is like, we have, relative happiness. We have happiness, like, if you do what I say, I'll be happy. If you act this way, I'll be happy. I realize that most of my relationships have been based on conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited now because I have co-created a new experience for myself, that I am driving this ship, and I get to drive this being, this Karen being, into relationships where I choose how things are going to go. Mm-hmm. And I choose to have no conditions, no expectations. So I'm never disappointed.
Right. You're not disappointed, but also I believe, well, for me anyway, it opens up more discernment.
Yeah.
If I see some old patterns start to develop, and I'm talking about all kinds of relationships. It doesn't have to be a
all kinds of relationships, every relationship.
I have actually distanced myself from people.
Yeah.
I'm like, that I'm not in alignment with that. And that I'm seeing is an old pattern that I was being sucked into once again. Mm-hmm. And so I had to step away and say, I'm sorry. I just can't be caught up in drama. I can't be caught up in something that I'm not in alignment with.
Yeah.
It's not easy when you have to cut somebody out of your daily interactions and you love them from a distance, but it's necessary to our mental health, our spiritual health, and our physical health. Because when we do hold those feelings inside and don't let them out, we do have physical problems. And
And we
that's how
also,
pain
yeah,
starts.
definitely. And we also have to realize how incredibly powerful our experiences and our thoughts, our actions, our feelings are in the people who are being into our attraction bubble. Because when we start to see ourselves as worthy, important, valuable, that gets mirrored back to us.
Yes.
But when we are seeking people who are helping, that we want to help see us as valuable, we want people to believe in us, we are actually in the lack mentality, and people can't do anything but mirror back that belief, because we are, like, I love to think of it as, the law of attraction is the law. It doesn't change for anybody. It's the same for every single person. And it will literally be like a photocopy machine. What I put on that photocopy machine is going to come out of the machine the same as the picture that I've put on. So when I am being treated badly and I see it happening, I need to go inside and look at what belief system, what have I been believing about this situation? And how powerful is that when you can just shift your perception, and no matter what's happening on the outside, no matter how difficult or upsetting it seems, you have freedom, because if you are not being upset by other people's actions or other people's words or other people's, even behaviors, you are free.
Yes.
They can try their mightiest. They can do everything in their power to make you feel guilty or make you feel, inadequate or make you feel unworthy. They can say the meanest things ever. But if you don't accept it, it's like I teach the kids and it's so beautiful, because it's such a gift for me right now to be teaching it to myself. Because it's like playing a ping pong game. And I say this to the kids all the time. If you are hurt, you hurt others.
That's right.
And if you feel hurt and you hit that ball over to another person, and that person says, "Oh, that hurt," and they get angry, and then they say, "Well, here's what I think," and hit it back to you, and you hit the ball back, and they hit the ball, and you keep hitting the ball back and forth until somebody picks that ball up. And I would suggest that we pick the ball up and we look at that person and we say, "You must be hurting so much to have said that to me. I'm not going to say anything more to hurt you. The game is over."
Yeah, exactly.
And the person doesn't know what to do with that. The other person usually doesn't know what to do with that. And you stop the volley. You stop,
Cycle. It's stopping the cycle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that, Karen. I love that. And I always say our superpower is that we have choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make choices. We can make decisions. So I love that we have that ability. That when we open up our energy fields and open up our chakras, especially the solar plexus, then we can stand up for ourselves more. Then we can say what you just said, to somebody, instead of hitting that ball back and trying to hurt them back. Because
and here's another
what happens a lot in relationships
Yeah,
How a
definitely.
lot of relationships fall apart. It's like one person will say something, and instead of stopping and assessing the situation, you just automatically volley back to them, well, here's for you, mister. And, and then it just continues.
Yeah, absolutely. And we get to choose, even if somebody isn't speaking to us, even if somebody has decided that they are not going to talk to you anymore, you get to choose how you respond to that. And what's so beautiful is you can give that over to the angels. You can give any thoughts that I have, I just hand them over to the angels. And if I have a negative thought or a hurtful thought or a painful thought or a guilty thought or any thoughts that are not for the highest good, I can hand those over to the angels, or to, however you want to do this is totally fine. For me, I have had a relationship with angels since I was a little girl. I've been so blessed to finally be comfortable just saying that. I've had a relationship with angels and animals since I was a little girl. Since I was a little girl, I have heard the animals speaking to me. I've heard insects speaking to me. I've heard trees speaking to me. I have nature guides and spirit guides, and I have been very, very blessed to have all of my multisensory gifts.
Yeah.
And
Karen,
yeah,
John Fiore is saying there's no sound, but I'm pretty sure that other people are hearing us, John. So maybe you can reboot or just go out and come back in.
I want to read what Gabby just says, and thank you so much for everyone who is here, and we want to definitely acknowledge you all. But I love what Gabby just said. One of my life challenges to find my voice, set boundaries, and I'm definitely getting there.
Yes, you are,
Yes,
Gabby.
awesome.
I
Hello,
love my
beautiful Ruth
Gabby.
Bradford. Yes,
Yeah.
wonderful to see everybody here.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Gabby's a painter.
Gabby's a
And
painter.
yeah, and she's been sharing some of her paintings with us in the Angelic River family. And
Oh,
she's just a
awesome.
beautiful, beautiful soul. Thank you, Gabby, for coming on to Thankful Thursday.
Yeah, Terry and we never know what we're going to talk about. We don't talk about what we're going to talk about
Yeah,
before the
we don't
show.
have we don't have a
We
script.
haven't we haven't actually talked to each other in almost a month.
I know.
Like, we usually talk on the phone a lot more, but we've both been so busy. Things have been just really, really busy.
Right.
And life is just spinning again. Honestly, I feel like I'm back on the hamster wheel,
Yeah.
and I'm really being conscious of that, because I really have made a conscious, mindful effort to really slow down that hamster wheel,
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
because I get to choose.
To choose our superpower. Can I just say to
Yeah.
Sharon Boyle, she asked where we were because she's somewhere where there's only one viewer. Sharon, we're broadcasting on EWN Enlightened Living. And Robert Dosa is there. And Robert's been making some awesome comments as well. And oh, Carol Cross is here. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol,
Oh my gosh.
our
And
Angel Heart Radio family.
yes, and John Fiore, Ruth
And John
Bradford,
Fiore, I love you. And
Karen.
welcome. I'm so happy to meet you, Gabby. I'm so grateful to meet you. I'd love to see your artwork.
Yeah, what a beautiful soul she is. And earlier, Sally De La Rosa, who's on with us, said, I used to allow people, especially family, to walk all over me. Thanking God, I discovered chakras. Me
Mhm.
too, Sally. Absolutely, because I was that same way. And Karen, I think you've mentioned also that you were the people pleaser and you allowed people just to, yeah, tell you what to do, kind of.
I realized it was so amazing when I started doing my talk show that I was doing for the community television station down in Santa Barbara. I realized something snapped. It snapped. It was like there was a part of me that was finally being acknowledged and seen. And that part of me was a part that I had been so embarrassed of. It was the part of me that needed approval. It was the part of me that needed recognition. I didn't realize I had that part of me. I didn't realize that she'd been driving my car. I didn't realize she'd been driving my vehicle almost my whole entire life. But I had this flash. It was so incredible, Teri. You know, my dad left my mom when I was 10 years old. I blocked it, suppressed it, completely forgot about it until that very moment when I was on my knees and I was begging for some kind of understanding of what was happening in my life. And how do I stop this?
Right.
And I begged and I pleaded and I quieted myself enough so that I saw the day that my dad left. I saw that little 11-year-old girl grabbing onto his pant leg and begging him not to go. And I would do anything for him, anything for my dad. At 7 years old, I knew how to make a martini. I made my dad's martini perfect every night when he got home from work. And I knew that if I didn't have that martini perfect, I would hear about it. And so I made sure that it was always perfect. Right. I also knew that when he had the newspaper in his hands, that I was not to speak a word. I was not to be playing. I was not to be having any noise coming out of my physical body.
Right.
So those pieces started to come together. It was like I was playing a jigsaw puzzle and I was looking at, I was so afraid that I couldn't keep everybody happy. And I was melting down. This part of me was dissolving into my true self. My true self was stepping up and saying, we can't go on like this, sweetheart.
Right.
Darling, you can't continue this way. And I realized in that moment, Teri, I did not love myself. I did not even like myself as a person.
You didn't even know yourself, Karen.
I didn't even know myself. I had to really look at that. And this was a huge awakening for me because I'm teaching self-love.
Right.
And I'm considered miskindness. I'm teaching about self-kindness and self-compassion, and I'm not giving it to myself.
Right.
And I'm so grateful because what my true self, I love myself, I cherish myself, I adore myself now. And I trust myself. And you know, it was the most beautiful unraveling of all the old beliefs that I could bring into my true self so that my true self could show me how magnificent I really am. And so now I get to teach that to others.
Exactly.
Not from a place of book smart, not from a place of reading smart, but from a place of experience.
Experience. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And that's, you can't teach that, Karen.
Can't teach it.
Yeah. You have to actually go through that fire. I call them the fires of life. And we have to actually go through it. And then we know. And that's what happened to me last year.
Yeah.
Kept asking remember I kept asking the angels, what is this all about?
Yeah.
No, I've done everything and now I have breast cancer. What is that all about?
Yeah.
And they showed me very clearly that experience. You can't teach that to somebody. You can't
Right.
teach somebody what it feels like to get a medical diagnosis such as cancer.
Right.
And you can't teach somebody what it feels like to lose a body part. I had to
No,
have a double mastectomy.
you
You can't
can't.
teach that at all. It has to be that experience. So I'm grateful for my experience. I'm grateful for every experience that I've had because it makes me who I am. And just like you, it made you this person sitting there right now that's so beautiful and so magnificent and can truly understand what people go through when they are not loved or they're taught in such a way that it's all conditional. There's no
I know,
acceptance.
and I'm so grateful for all the people who made me realize that the harder and the more I tried to please everybody, the more unhappy I was becoming. And I'm so grateful for all those people now, because now I know that there's a place inside of me that nobody can take away from me, and that I don't need anybody's approval. I don't need anybody's recognition. I don't need anybody's love. I don't need any of that anymore. It's like, it's so, so powerful to be able to sit here 6 months after the fact that my whole world was just devastated.
Right.
Everything that I had a false sense of security with was being pulled out of my existence.
Yeah.
And here I am on the other end of it,
Yes.
more secure, more powerful, more loved, more appreciated, more valued by me.
Yes.
And that can't be taken away.
Can't. No.
And we can't seek outside for the information and the truth of who we are.
Yes.
We can only experience it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you, Gabby, for your comment. She said, two narcissist relationships brought me here. I am very grateful. Lessons I needed to learn to get to this point. And that's what I'm saying. Don't look at any of your experiences as something that's bad or judge it as something that's not good
And
because
don't
you
blame,
need those.
yeah, and don't blame or label anybody either. Because if you blame and label others, they will mirror that back to you.
Yes.
So don't label or blame anybody, because that gives them the power. Love them as they are, accept them as they are, trust that you have them in your life for a reason, trust that they are mirroring something in you that is looking for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Be gentle and love yourself more because of that experience.
Yeah.
And love yourself more because that person was narcissistic.
Right.
That, and try not to label others, because there is no other. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
And
And when
yeah,
you look outside, when you're looking at somebody else and focusing on somebody else, you're
yeah,
not looking at what's going on inside of you.
right.
So, that's their movie. I call it, we're in movies. I'm the star of my movie, you're the star
Yeah,
of your movie. And
yeah.
all these others are just like parts that people are playing. You
They're
have to keep the
characters in the
focus
play.
on
Yeah,
you. Yeah, when you keep the
characters.
focus on you and stop looking at that character actor that's doing something totally, against what you believe in, or what you like, that's their part.
And
It's your movie. So take
start
care
to,
of
right,
you.
start to tell yourself a different story about them. You know,
Absolutely.
somebody blocks you on their phone,
Mhm.
and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that you blocked me. You don't have to say this to the person, but you say it to yourself. And if you believe it, it becomes the truth for
Yeah,
you. So if
absolutely.
I have somebody who has been really painfully mean, and I decide that, oh wow, awesome, they've blocked me on their phone,
Yeah,
that means I don't really have anything else to say either. I'm only focused on cooperation and harmony. So if you don't want to talk to me about cooperation and harmony, thank you for blocking me. This is so great. Thank you. And you know, if you just start telling yourself the story that everything is divine order,
yeah.
that there is nothing but divine timing,
Right.
and there is nothing but divine love.
Mhm.
And you begin by saying every morning, let everything that is not divine love fall away from me. I deflect it and I acknowledge that it is not a part of me anymore.
Yes.
Anything that is not divine love, fall away.
Mhm.
And then put your beautiful golden robe of beautiful light and love and say anything that is not love and light will be floating off of me.
That's right.
There will be an orb of protection that is pushing away anything and deflecting. I call in Archangel Michael to the left, Angel Michael to the right, Lord Michael above, Lord Michael below. Archangel Michael, be with me wherever I go.
Yes.
I am love protected here. I am love protected here. I do a little cancel, clear, let go of fear. I am love protected here. Cancel, clear, let go of fear. This is clearing my energy field so that when I step out of my bedroom, I have set the intention that the angels are going to be with me all day long. They're going to deflect away anything that isn't for my highest good. And they're going to amplify everything that is for my highest good.
Yes. I love that. And they always do. Our angels, oh my gosh, they just help us in every aspect of our life. And they're always there for us to call on. They never go to sleep. So whenever you need them, and they can be anywhere at any time. So if you're in need of that help, don't feel like you're bothering them or that you're taking them away from somebody else,
Yeah.
because they're here for all of us.
And
And
we have our morning song too. I'll sing that to you guys so that you have it and you can have it for yourself. This is another gift that the angels gave me to help me because we want the angels to be in our mind and we want them to be in our heart. We always want their guidance and their way of looking at life and their way of looking at each other, because the angels will help us to see that we're all in this together, that we're all having this human experience, that it's an illusion that we're separate.
yes,
We're all having this experience. And when we find fault with others, we're finding fault with ourselves.
mhm,
When we hurt others, we're hurting ourselves.
yes,
It's like cutting off a branch on a tree and then wondering why it's not growing,
yeah, exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, angel default mechanism. I
Love
love
that.
that.
And
That's it.
John, John, you're behaving yourself, so I'm so happy to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's just take this in, bring it in right here, right now. Call the angels in
Yes.
and feel the sound healing vibration that the angels gave me as a gift to bring this frequency into my human form, and realize that every single one of us has this gift. We all have an opportunity to bring the angelic realm frequencies into our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. We all have that capability. So as you hear this song, as you feel the frequency going into your cells and your atoms and all your chakras and your DNA, this song is something that you can do every morning. Every morning. Be in my mind, dear angels, as I wake, and shine on me throughout the day today. Let every moment be a time in which I dwell with you. And let me not forget my hourly thanksgiving that you have remained with me and always will be there to hear my call and answer me with love. And as the night unfolds, we thank you now and forever. We are one love. Be in my heart, dear angels, as we wake and shine our love for all the world to see. Let every person know the love that shines within them too. And let us not forget what you have given and always remain in love. For that is who we are. We know this now. Thank you for helping us.
How beautiful, Karen. Thank you. Karen, it has been so long since we have heard from Angel Grace.
Angel Grace.
How would you like to lead just a short meditation while Angel Grace sings?
I would love that. And I would just love everyone who just heard that song to slow down and take the time to replay this.
Yeah.
Go back into what we talked about and remember that there are angels everywhere and that the angels are there for us. And they have given us a gift, which is each other. We have each other here in the physical. And when the angels are bringing us to each other, that's a divine assignment. That's a divine encounter. The fact that you attracted this message and that you heard that song, that's a frequency. That's an angelic frequency.
Yes.
So if you resonated with that frequency, it means that you connect with angels too, and you can hear the angels, and that you are ready to expand your gifts and you're ready to explore and get curious about your multisensory gifts, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, your claircognizance, everything. You're ready. And I know Teri has a very exciting class, a master class coming up. So that is a great opportunity, and we should definitely put some information about that too, so that people can join for that, because they attracted this message and they opened themselves up. And the angels have explained over and over again, we have the ability to connect with angels. We, all humans, every human on the planet has the ability to connect with angels. All we have to do is be open to receive.
Absolutely. And that class is Sunday. Sunday at 1 o'clock, we're going to get to know the angels a little better and get to know the Ascended Masters a little better, and how you can connect to them more closely. And then the following week is the clairs, all of the ones that Karen just mentioned. We're going to go over those and really show some ways that you can develop your clairs even more than what they are now.
Beautiful.
You can sign up at Enlightened World Network. Just go there and you'll find the event page for it. Beautiful.
The website is enlightened dot
enlightenedworld.online.
.online. Okay, enlightenedworld.online. So yeah, so there's so much wonderful things happening with Enlightened World. So if you go to that website, you're going to see all kinds of ways that you can get support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So let's
All
do
right.
a short meditation to take us out. This is Angel Grace. I used to play her on every Gratitude Happy Hour, and she's been kind of neglected. So I think she wants to come out and sing today. And Karen, if you would lead us in the meditation to end the hour, that
I
would
would
be
love to.
beautiful.
So imagine yourself in your physical body right now, wherever you are, wherever you're seated. As long as you're not driving or operating any kind of machinery, just close your eyes. This quiets all the distractions. Listening to my voice and the sound of Angel Grace. Let the frequencies take you away from the busyness of your day. Imagine a gorgeous, beautiful, spiral, golden staircase. You're standing at the very top. And as you step on that first step, 5, your shoulders drop. And 4, you feel so peaceful, so relaxed. 3, the energies are so calm. 2, the frequency is bringing you to your heart space. 1, and gorgeous doors that have been locked to your heart come opening to let the love in, to let the joy in, to let the trust in. And you are in your beautiful self-love sanctuary. This is a garden of oneness. Feel as a beautiful web shows itself in the garden. See all the strands of this web of love, of all the lives that you have been entangled with. All the souls who have stepped into your play as characters. See your thread as the thread that connects to all that is. The thread that connects all these lives, past lives, ancestors, angelic beings, support in ways that you have never experienced before. Feel this web of love expanding and growing and going across the entire universe. so that you feel the oneness, the interconnectedness, the interdependence on all living beings. Rest your hands on your heart and breathe slowly, thinking about a time when somebody cared for you. Somebody cared for you when you were not able to care for yourself. Hold that feeling in your heart and feel the frequency of angel grace entering into your cells, tissues, molecules, your immune system, your nervous system, all of your digestive system, and your organs filled with love and light and care. And take a moment to think of somebody that you care deeply about. Maybe it's somebody that you don't see physically, or maybe it's somebody who has left their physical body. It doesn't matter in this field. We are all one. There is no separation. Feel the love that is forever, timeless, changeless. There's a place in you that you can enter in. Feel that. And gently bring yourself back into this moment. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and your wrists. And just trust that you opened your web of love, that any situations, relationships, challenging opportunities with others have been healed on an energetic level. Now watch for evidence. Watch for evidence of how connected you are. And pay attention to that web of love and how your thread, your strand in that web is so important to all the other strands. And try to be a little more gentle and kind with those strands, especially the ones that seem a little less awakened. And try really hard to remember that we're all waking up in our own time, space, reality. That we all are pure, loving awareness, just having this temporary human challenge.
Good. Oh my gosh, thank you, Karen. Thank you so much for leading that. And oh, you're getting so many hearts and so much love. And wow, that was beautiful. Just beautiful. It felt so good to play Angel Grace again.
I know. And when we do, when we do our online course that we do together and we start to teach Time Heals for the animals, we need to have Angel Grace all the time.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, she's going to be more of a regular with on my shows.
Yeah.
She just really drew my attention and said, "Yep, it's time. It's time to get back to it."
I got to pull out the song I wrote for Angel Grace too, because I know I have a song that I wrote for Angel Grace.
No, I love it.
But I think it needs a little expansion.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Thank you all for the hearts and the love and such a beautiful audience today. You all are amazing.
I love you all so much. I love you, Teri. And
Okay, I love you.
as we close out, I want just to end with there are angels everywhere. And
You sing it for us?
I would love to. Again, this is a sound healing, just like angel grace. So close your eyes and feel the energy as it goes into your own heart space. And realize that everywhere you go, there are angels at the gas station. There are angels at your grocery store. There are angels everywhere in your home. There are angels in your neighborhood. There are angels everywhere.
Everywhere.
And remember that and hold that as your truth, because what you believe, you receive, and then you will achieve. That's how the angel said it. First, you receive it through your head, through the crown. And then when Teri does this beautiful time heals, you'll hear about the crown chakra. The crown chakra is where we receive. Then we believe in our heart. We have to believe in our heart. In order for it to start to manifest, we have to believe it. And then we achieve it. It comes out through our hands and we give it everywhere. And that is how the angels gave me this song, because I needed to remember that I wasn't alone, even though I was traveling alone and I was scared because it was my first time traveling alone. The angels reminded me with this song that there are angels everywhere. And when I would get lost or confused, I would pull over at a gas station and talk to somebody, and there would be another angel, another angel, another angel. Miracles happened over and over again. And so this song is, there are angels everywhere. There are angels everywhere. Angels who care. We know that you're there, and we always share. There are angels everywhere. Trust, feel, allow, then you know how to connect with angels now. There are angels everywhere. We're your friends, we're everywhere. We know how much you care, and we're always there.
Karen, I love you so much.
I love you so much
Oh,
too.
thank you. Thank you for this time together today. What a blessing. And thank you to all of you in the audience. And you're just getting so much love. We both are, but they're just loving what they're getting from you. And John Fiore says, Karen, I thought of you today, and boom, here you are hanging with Teri. And
Oh,
yeah,
I
John,
love it.
I'm so glad
That's how it works.
this
That's
is
how it
how it
works.
works. That's how you manifest.
That's how you manifest. And also you're always in my heart, John. John Fiore, you're always in my heart.
You.
You're always in my heart. You never leave. We don't leave each other's hearts.
Right.
We don't. And when our animals leave our physical body, their physical bodies, when our loved ones leave their physical bodies, they don't leave. They live in our hearts. To the extent of how much we allow them to work through our physical body, they will guide us. Teri and I both wrote the book, The Time Heals for Angels, in honor of our two beautiful dogs that have been guiding us for many years. 2008 was when Lucky passed, so that's 12 years. Yeah. And when she passed, I knew that I was going to be guided to help many animals and humans. Mm-hmm. And how beautiful is it that we get to do this? I miss you too, John. I love you, sweetheart. I'm glad that you were able to be here today. And Gabby, I love to connect with you. So friend me on Facebook, and let's make sure that we connect. And thank you so much, everyone who is new to this show. Teri and I try to get together every other week. It didn't happen, but we're gonna keep trying.
And next Thursday in this time spot will be The Broader Edge, which is an amazing show for women coming together and just going into the deep dive of topics and talking about one topic. And everything that we talk about is so pertinent to what's going on today. So come experience that with us as well. We're talking about changes next week. So you definitely don't want to miss that one. And we have so much going on at Enlightened World. There's something for everybody. So we hope you can take advantage of some of that. And Karen and I are planning our online training for Time Heals for Animals. If you're interested in that, let me know, because we've got a list going of people that want the training, and we'll put it together. It'll be an online through Zoom. It won't be live streamed, but just a private class through Zoom. And come and learn about our animals, these beautiful creatures that are just unconditional love. So thank you. Thank you to everyone. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night, wherever you may be. And John Fiore, behave yourself. You were very good today. You were good today. We'll give you a silver star today.
The Mozzarella King.
You have to work yourself up to a gold star, John.
Mozzarella King.
He is. We love our John Fiore on here.
Love is something that expands and grows. And even if you don't have that physical connection, and right now we are having a social distance, I highly recommend that you give yourself a hug and think of the person that you'd love to be hugging. And maybe it's you just want to give yourself a hug, but
I'll need that.
But you can also think of like my mommy, my daddy. I can think about my daughter that I can't see right now, my sister that doesn't like me to hug because of the coronavirus, and people who are, nervous about this issue. And you can be respectful, wear your masks out in public, wear your masks, be respectful. And always be respectful of other people's feelings. And if for some reason you have a real feeling of against wearing the masks, then don't go in public.
Right.
If you really are if you really don't feel that you are, just have somebody else go in public for you.
Yeah, exactly. And I love Deborah, and now I can't remember her last name, but she has a website called My Mask is for You.
Yeah, Deborah Green.
Deborah Green, thank you. That's really what it's all about. It's
not
for us, it's for the other people that we come into contact with.
And it's about respect, it's about showing that you respect other people, and you respect that we don't know. We honestly don't have all the answers. And we have to just bless that there's uncertainty in our experiences right now, and embrace that uncertainty with kindness and respect.
Absolutely. So we are going to close the show, and thank you all for being here. At 7:00 tonight, Diane Beiersdorfer is on with Paul Wyrostic is her guest. And so if you've never encountered him, he's very powerful. His energy is amazing. So I hope you come on and just give Diane some support. I think this is her second show. It's a weekly show on Thursday nights. So come share with Diane and let her know that you're seeing her and that you love her, and share it out for her. Thank you all for being here. I love you so much. Have a blessed day. Bye, everybody. Bye, Karen.
Bye. Thank you.